But at the same time, the people who are in the position of power, whether they are in Britain or America or the international community, they have to deal with two major issues: global injustice and global power. When we are living in a world when there are more than 1.2 billion people surviving on less than $1 a day, there are 3 billion people who are surviving less than $2 a day. And on the other hand, when we see the unjust taking place in Gaza and other places around the world, that does not help. So we need to change our foreign policy to bring peace, justice on the basis of equality and fairness. And I am sure if we have some kind of change in our foreign policy, and the most important issue, and I believe that the world is facing, the international community is facing, is the dispute of Middle East. And unless and until we bring peaceful resolution to that conflict, I'm afraid there is very little hope we can bring that peace and stability in our world. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you, Mr. Sawaram. You'll be sorely missed. And I know that Lord Ahmed prays that you are soon to become a Lord, hopefully, and then we can call you Lord Sawaram MP.
Very soon.
But inshallah. Okay, I'd like now to direct your attention to Professor Musa Khan Jalalzai. He's one of the most prominent authors and political writers of our time. He's written over 100 books recently, and chiefly on political conditions in Afghanistan and socio-political problems in Pakistan. So, Professor Jalalzai.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers and the friends. As I received an email, and I was told that the issue is war against terrorism in Pakistan. What Pakistan contributed into the war on terror and what Pakistan loses. I will describe in brief Pakistan's contribution and losses into the war on terror. One of the major causes of the present war on terror in Pakistan: sectarian violence, insurgencies in Balochistan, in WFE, Part4, Waziristan, Suaad, the emergence of Punjabi Taliban movement in southern Punjab, and the killing of innocent Pashtun by both the American and Pakistani security forces is the collapse of the state and institution in the country. The present 60 years old Pakistani state structure cannot meet the political, provincial and religious rights and needs of the people of full provinces. However, when a state is collapsed, the state army starts fighting on various fronts, tackling insurgencies of disgruntled ethnic and minority groups. Before going into the detail of Pakistan's wars against terrorism, in my opinion, the present state structure of Pakistan needs to be reorganized or reinvented, and all disgruntled ethnic and religious groups and minorities are to be readjusted in the newly reorganized state structure. The present ethnicized and sectarianized body of the Pakistani state needs a specific pathological attention. Anyhow, the increase in sectarian violence in Pakistan between different groups cannot, the emergence of Punjabi Taliban, the killing of the children of Pashtun, and the humiliation of the elders in the hands of both Pakistani and American forces, just the same as in accidents of history or politics, rather a symptom of an increasing intolerant society. The needs for embracing diversity and pluralism has been felt to avoid straining the social fabric irreparably. The two bomb blasts in Karachi and suicide attack in Lahore are a reminder that sectarian violence poses one of the greatest threats to Pakistan society. while over 4,000 people have been killed in the past 2 decades in sectarian involving primarily Shia and Sunni violence. Terror now engulfed the entire nation. The militants have thrown off a serious challenges to the authority of the federal government in every province in the country. Balochistan, Northwest Territory Province, Punjab in Sindh, as well as in the federally administrated tribal area, Part4, Gilgit and Balochistan in Kashmir. Last year has been the bloodiest year yet, according to the South Asian Intelligence Review report for 2009. In Pakistan, at least 723 major incidents were reported through 2009, according to the South Asian Terrorism Portal. Pakistani forces at present are fighting this war in 4 fronts. First, Al-Qaeda. Second, local Taliban. Third, state-sponsored terrorism in case of Punjabi Taliban. And fourthly, sectarian mullahs. Pakistan wants credit for its war against the Taliban and Suaad in Waziristan. But as we are experiencing every day, Pakistan has retained its long-standing balancing strategy of differentiating between pro and anti-Pakistani militants, regardless of their collaboration with the Al-Qaeda and support for violence against their troops in Afghanistan. This strategy, I think, would isolate Pakistan and international community. According to the recent report of the Crisis Management Cell of the Interior Ministry of Pakistan, there are over 400 sectarian militant groups in the country. All these groups, unfortunately, the report says belongs to Punjab. These groups, the report revealed, have fought war in Somalia, Bosnia, Kosovo, Chechnya, Kashmir, Afghanistan, Chinese Muslim Turkestan, Tajikistan, Iraq, Azerbaijan, and now fighting their own country forces in 4 provinces. As per Pakistan Institute of Peace Studies report, over 8,000 citizens and army officers have been killed in various terrorist attacks. According to the institute, around 2,148 terrorist activities happened in 2008, and because of these terrorist activities, around 6,825 are victims, 2,267 were killed, a little bit retarded, and their lives are miserable for them. According to Army facts and figures, at least 2,200 officers and soldiers were killed, and 3,500 others received injuries since the beginning of military operation in South Waziristan, Malakand, Khyber, and Bara from 2001 to 2009. At least 2,600 terrorists were killed in offensive of Pakistan Army in different tribal areas during 2009. Pakistan Army research report says there are 1,000 to 1,500 foreign terrorists in South Waziristan, and many have been killed.